Been a week since we launched. We launched on the 19th of March 2024 and we're on the 5th day as of time of recording. And where do I begin really? Because out of the gates it was hugely, like, my phone was blowing up. Like if you watched last week's episode, you heard me talk about that. Actually, once we launched and I kind of switched the website on at 9 o'clock, I just went out. I spent the day with my wife. We went for a long walk for a couple of hours. We went for brunch. And while I was out, the orders were just flying in throughout the day. And every so often I'll be walking. I'm like, oh, got another order. Got another order. So where we at 5 days in, we've had orders consistently for 5 days on the trot. And it's pretty cool because orders are coming in from, like, I could be in the shower, I could be driving, I could be in the gym, I'd be sleeping, and orders are coming in. And this makes me super happy because, you know, like, one of the things I set out to achieve on a personal note, that is that, you know, we've all grew up, like, exchanging our time for money. You go to school, they tell you to go get a job, and then you work 9 to 5 or whatever it may be. I've done 9 to 5 for 10 years in a corporate environment. In the IT industry, I've been in the IT industry for 10 years. I've got a degree in computer science, and I don't. If I'm not working, I'm not getting paid. When I'm working, I'm getting paid. Simple as. But a part of, like, life is freedom. Money is a tool. Freedom's the goal. And I seek freedom, but that's a byproduct of what I'm trying to achieve. And what I'm trying to achieve is for millions of people around the world to drink Cosmic Hue, to really level up your gut health, to reduce your inflammation levels, to put good bacteria back into your gut, to actually have consistent crash-free energy, and to reduce your stress and anxiety levels, because this is like the trifecta of life. You know, especially in the UK, our stress levels are sky high due to, you know, poor health, due to relationships, work, family commitments, and, you know, 90% of your stress is in your gut. Your gut is your second brain. And I want everyone to just be living prosperous and happy and free and feeling in control. And that's my ultimate goal. And because that's what I have that, and that was the power of Cosmic Hue. I have that freedom from having this incurable Crohn's disease since I was 11 in 2001, to actually having a life where I don't worry about my gut health, I don't worry about stress, I don't worry about, you know, I'm actually in complete control of my life. But there's a lot of people out there who are not in control of their lives, and knowing that people are now seeing Fifth Ray, they're buying Cosmic Hue, they're trying it. I'm seeing this change from me promoting Fifth Ray to now getting the feedback about Cosmic Hue. And wow, like, some of the feedback I received, like, I'll list a few examples. The first thing, actually, before I get to that, is taste. Everyone seems to be a bit hesitant about, like, because no one knows what it tastes like unless you've already tried it. But for the new people, it's like, alright, I know it's going to be beneficial, but is that connotation, oh well, it's healthy for me, it's probably going to taste like crap. But it was important for me to get the taste right. Bear in mind, all 7 powerful plants in this tea, I know the flavour profile of every single one individually, because I've been drinking them every day for 7 years. I've got them separately in my kitchen, in jars labelled up. And I know what they taste like when you start combining them with different plants. So the flavour profile was extremely important for me, because I want you guys to enjoy the taste. You know, I go around and say, it tastes like Mother Nature gave you a fist bump. And the amount of people came back to me and said, I understand why you say that now. It does taste like Mother Nature. And I feel like I have received a fist bump. And I'm like, that's good. Because it's not a fruity, sweet tea. It's the natural flavours of the plants combined. Like, there's no sugar, there's no flavourings, there's no, like, sweetness, there's no nothing. It's literally as raw and truly natural as it can be in its raw form of these plants. They're not grinded down, they're not, like, dusty like you would get in a tea bag. And the flavour profile is beautiful. I had one person, she messaged me and says, I've had 3 cups back to back in an hour, how many can I have? And she was like, I could see myself having 5 a day. Someone else was like, this is like I'm going to stop coffee and have this instead, which is obviously one thing I set out to do as a natural coffee alternative, is to have Cosmic Hue. And she was like, but how many times can I drink this a day? And the common question I'm getting is, how many times can I drink this in a day? And this makes me really excited. Like, yeah, keep drinking it for the maximum benefits. Just keep drinking it. Like, you know, I drink these 3 to 4 times a day, and I have done for many years, which is why my wellness is fantastic, because I attribute a lot of my great health to these teas, and obviously that's how Cosmic Hue was born. And if you're wondering what it tastes like, try it. One thing I have noticed actually is a lot of people, because I'm looking at the analytics now, like I'm a data-driven person, obviously IT background. I see a lot of people getting to the checkout stage but not completing an order, and this is just my presumption, is people being turned off at maybe the postage perhaps, because we've got 2 options here. You've got the one-off purchase, and then you've got the subscription model. The subscription model is you get 20% off a standard and free shipping. I want everyone to subscribe, obviously. I want you to go from prescriptions to a subscription, because this is the new wellness moving forward, really. But it's also that kind of enticement, like you're getting a better price and you're getting free shipping every month. It makes the most sense to me, and from my point of view, I'm building a subscription-based model and a subscription-based business, shall I say. So it's in my best interest to grow the subscribers, but it's also in my best interest to help you guys to stay on top of your game and to make sure you're consistent with drinking this, so you get the maximum benefits and see the results as quick as you can as well, from really helping you from the gut health side of things, from your energy and your stress levels. Like, I want the best for you ultimately. And what I find interesting is, like, because it's new, a lot of people, I'm presuming, and I haven't had this feedback yet, but you just want to try it. You know, a lot of people don't want to subscribe straight away because they don't want to get maybe tied into a subscription. But bear in mind, when you subscribe, you can easily pause it and amend it at any time. You can skip it if you wanted to. So you're not locked in for anything. So I would recommend a subscription, absolutely. Because I know you would enjoy it and start coming back for more. And start to really build it into your routine. That's the hard thing, is when you've got a new thing to implement into your routine, it takes 21 days to form a habit and 90 days to build a lifestyle. So after drinking this for 21 days, it'll become more of a habitual, at least having 1 cup a day. I would recommend having 2 cups a day, really and truly. Another question that I actually get is, like, how many teas can I get out of 1 tea bag? Which is a really good question, and I need to make it a bit more clearer on the website and online in general. So with the tea bags, obviously, because the tea bags itself is reusable, and you're going to get unlimited use out of the physical tea bag, unless it starts to rip or gets, you know, wear and tear, which, I mean, that would happen after a very long time. So, but in terms of using the tea bag with the contents, what I would say is, if you're going to re-steep the same tea bag with the same plants inside it, re-brew it a second time within an hour. If it's an hour's lapsed, then put fresh plants into it and then have another cup of Cosmic Hue. So if you want to reuse the same tea bag, do it within an hour to have 2 cups. Anything after that, then top it up with fresh plants. What else has been going on, really? The social media game, actually. The social media side of things. So when I first were talking about online, obviously I've been kind of building it in the background way before we launched. Like, I probably started really building the conversation about Fifth Ray from August 2023. Obviously we just launched 5 days ago in March 2024. And the Instagram, I was reaching I just reached 1,000 accounts in 30 days. That's according to the analytics, which I thought was really cool actually, considering at the time I had about 170 followers on the account. Today we've got 211, so I'm excited. Like, I don't know why, but 200 for a brand new like account, especially for a brand, it sounds like a nice kind of milestone along the journey to hit 200 followers. So once I hit that, I was really excited, so that's cool. But today, after launch, 5 days, we've reached over 5,000 accounts in 30 days, 5,100. And I'm like, so we 5x'd our reach just from 5 days after launch, which is great because, you know, there's a lot of people that have, obviously, you guys are all supporting and who are within my, you know, follow me on all my friends' regs, you follow me on Master Key, you follow me on LinkedIn, and you follow me in some fashion. But it's the people that are new to Fifth Ray that are organically coming in, and they're just, the numbers are growing and growing each day, and it just is really exciting actually. So, and that's just compounding. Like, I'm getting a lot of people sharing. So if you look at Fifth Ray's Instagram, you see the stories of different people who are consuming the tea, they're sharing about it, they're talking about it, they're raving about it. I love that. Like, it makes me excited. Like, it's, all I ever wanted was to help people and to change your lives for the better. And in my unique way, it's to really go against this produced, like, powdery, dusty shit that's online now. It's like, oh, this is all natural, and then, but really, it's just a powder that stripped the true plants out of all of its goodness and all of its nutrients, and then blended it together. Don't get me wrong, a lot of them powder, well, some of them powders do work, but it's not natural. No, that's not natural to me. If you're putting them through a factory or a process like that, that's where's the natural in that. The ingredient started off as natural until he fucked around with it, so it's not really truly natural. And then you got coffee that a lot of people want to move away from it. The side effects to it outweighs the enjoyment. You know, a lot of people enjoy the taste. It's in your routines. And I said this last week in episode 29, where there's also another camp of people where you'll have your coffee first thing in the morning. That's how you start your day. But then a lot of people switch to like a herbal tea in the afternoon, a peppermint tea, a green tea, whatever it may be. And the Cosmic Hue slots in nicely there if you want to have that afternoon recharge, because a lot of people have them slumps and feel tired after lunch, perhaps. Then Cosmic Hue's your better go-to than a green tea or a peppermint tea. Bear with me, I want to have some more. And it's something I didn't mention actually probably at the start of this video. Is I think people are interested. Well, how many orders have you had? You know, it seems like you've done really well out the gates, and yeah, we have. Like, I set out for Fifth Ray not to be a bedroom brand. I didn't set out for it to be, you know, like a side hustle or small business. I don't class myself as a small business, and I never will, even though technically I am, because I'm in my infancy with Fifth Ray. But to me, it's a global business. It's transcending health in the biggest way possible. So I treat it as a large brand. I'd say business, but it's a brand where I want it to be well known around the world and be talked about and loved. Not just talked about, but drank. Fifth Ray's Cosmic Hue, I want it to be drunk from everybody, because I want everyone to drink consciously. Not that I want people to drink consciously. More people are actually drinking consciously and be mindful, like, what are we putting in our bodies? How is it helping us? Like, whereas before we just blindly drank, I don't know, a can of Coke because we enjoy drinking Coke. I was one of those people for most of my life, in fact. But now I drink because I know the benefits of this. I know the nutrient content. I know how this is gonna, you know, like, if I think to myself, right, what do I want to achieve out of the food and the drinks I consume? Well, actually, I want to feel energized. I want to feel calmer. I want to feel like I can just be active and not worry about like, have I got enough energy? Do I, like, I'm talking about energy because that's a big one for us. Like, if we go to the gym, people have pre-workout. All right, I need this this boost, but pre-workouts is heavily caffeinated, for example. But caffeine, what it's doing is it stimulates your mind, but what you're having these big crashes because your body's not actually fueled. So when that wears off, you realise that you're physically tired. Then you had the energy, quote unquote energy, to get through the tasks or workout or whatever it may be. Then when that wears off, like, you're even more tired because you were physically tired already. Then your mind didn't feel that tiredness, and then when it wore off, it's like, well, your body's even more tired. Whereas this will fuel your physical body, your mental body, and your emotional bodies as well. And it helps spiritually because these plants, they're being measured in terms of their vibration. So this is, we're going off a bit more spiritual / esoteric, but you got to understand that we are all made of vibration. We're all energy. No, energy is always in motion. So when you're having these plants, they are measured with a high vibration. If you're consuming foods and drinks that are high in vibration, therefore it'll raise your vibration. By raising your vibration, you would always feel happier, you'll feel calmer, you'll feel more joyful, you'll feel more peaceful. And these are the feelings that we want to feel all the time, right? I certainly feel like that. Like, my wife the other day was saying to me that you're so consistent because you're just so stable and secure in who you are as a person and how you interact with life. Like, she gave me an example of something where something went, like, not to plan really, and I don't really want to go into this example, but I'll say it from a high level. Like, something happened and it didn't go according to plan, and she goes, if that happened to me, I would be panicking and I'd be really worried. And I was like, and she observed, I didn't say anything, I kind of just handled it, and she just saw it and she goes, I really respect how you dealt with that situation, because, like, I wouldn't have handled it in that way. And I was like, but I can't control the situation. Why would I worry about something I can't control? And it wasn't, and I said, I can only take action tomorrow. Today I can't do anything about it. So she goes, I saw that, and you didn't let it bother you, and you just cracked on with your day. And I was like, exactly, because instead of me sitting here worrying, it's not going to make things happen quicker at all, and it was a waste of energy, in my opinion. And the power of Cosmic Hue is it helps you kind of go into that state. Obviously that's a personality trait as well, but it helps to keep your mind calmer, but also raise your vibration as well. And I've spoken at length in this video for 18 minutes, and I hope you're all still watching at this point. And yeah, there's a mixture of things I talked about here, and I feel like it's all important. So yeah, thank you for listening, and as always I always say subscribe, because now we're getting to the thick of things. Let's just see how far Fifth Ray keeps going. Like, we're almost a week in, and 1/3 of all the orders are subscription, which is amazing. Actually, I'm really excited about that, because I've got a spreadsheet where I've written milestones for, like, number of orders, monthly recurring revenue, and some financial metrics as well. And I'm like, but for me, it's the orders, the number of subscribers, because it's ultimately the people, it's you who's drinking it. And if I can say, all right, I know that there's 500 people who are now consuming Cosmic Hue, that makes me excited. Then I can see, all right, next month we've got to 1,000, and it keeps growing and growing and growing, because I've said it for many months. The goal is for millions of people to be drinking Cosmic Hue, but there's baby steps along the way and milestones along the way, and I've reached a couple of them already in the first 5 days of launch. And I just want to say thank you. Keep enjoying it. talk about fifth rate, tell everybody about it, get the word out there, and just keep sharing it. Share it with your friends and family. Try it for yourself. Definitely try it for yourself. And I'll see you in next week on episode 31.